Let's go back to India as it was 350 years back. Between the period 1699 and 1705, Angus Madison, a very famous economist from Europe, he has said that India was contributing 27% of the world's GDP. Today we are at 6.5%, 7.5%, that too with the GDP calculations changing and all, getting a push. But way back, between the period of 1699 to 1705, India was contributing 27% to the world's GDP. And who was second to India? China. In the world scenario, we were number one. When I studied this, I was intrigued by these numbers. I could not believe it. This is some 4 years back when I came across these numbers. I wanted to see what were the economic policies in this time. What were the economic policies? And who was the leader who was leading this change where India became a world leader? And I was surprised. The leader at that period was none other than the Malikul Hind, Aurangzeb. May Allah have mercy on his soul. Aurangzeb, the one who for many may not be a role model, but for our subject, we need to look into his economic policies. It's important because during his reign, India was number one in terms of its contribution to the world's GDP. So let's go back and see what were the economic policies that Aurangzeb adopted. Because our objective is that we should be the number one country in all standards, not just economy. In every aspect, we wish to be number one. But since my subject is on economics, let's go back and see what were some of his economic policies. Number one, Aurangzeb abolished more than 85 different forms of taxes. More than 85 taxes were abolished. For example, if you want to do a business, you don't have to pay any tax. Then you used to have these rahdari tolls, on the road taxes. When you go over the flyovers, you have to pay toll. All these taxes were removed. If you wanted to start a business, the taxes were removed. He made it easy for people to start business. He encouraged what is today called the Startup India project. Way back in 1699. He actually promoted people to come up with their entrepreneurial skill and start businesses. No taxes, come forward, start your business. What a beautiful policy which was used in 1699 in that period of the rule of Aurangzeb. The second most important thing which I noticed in his policy was that he banned alcohol and he stopped taxes on alcohol also. Now that's interesting. You might ask me, how is it that he banned 85 taxes to promote business and here he is banning taxes on alcohol? How does that go hand in hand? You see, when you take taxes from alcohol-based industries, you legitimize that business. You are telling the business people, do alcohol business, no problem, pay us our taxes. But what Aurangzeb did was, he abolished the taxes and he banned the business of alcohol. And that is why we see that during the time of Holi in Maharashtra also, he banned the use of the bhang. Bhang was banned by Aurangzeb, for which in Maharashtra he is even today looked down upon for that policy. But it's interesting to note that he saw the evil alcohol can bring to the society. I'm not interested in Aurangzeb as a Muslim ruler. I'm looking at Aurangzeb as a leader of this country who is concerned about his people, who's concerned about his subjects. The third thing which I want to mention is, of course, I already did that. Through the 85 different forms of taxes which were abolished, he promoted entrepreneurship. He allowed new businesses to come up and flourish.